1,200 feet that way.
Okay.
So
So you can get that deep.
go deeper.
So even though it's gonna be narrow, you cool with the narrow? So what he was thinking about just buying it up here just a little bit so we
Hey
get more
guys.
higher ground. So we get a little bit more higher ground.
Um, in the woods, guys. Trying to figure out how we're gonna get this space cleared. Hello. I try to get my phone situated. Hold on. Give me just a second. Let me get situated so I can talk to y'all. So we're out here. Hey there. Hello, hello, how you doing? All right, let's see who's here. Hey, hey there. Hey, Love Notes, how you doing? Hey, my Renaissance Grandma, how are you? Hello, Foster Family Fun, how you doing, my friend? Miss Shirley OG Gardner, Steph Shockley, hello, how you doing? Hey, Fun Reading Club, how are you doing? So we're out here. That same neighbor that cleared some space for us before for our RV, he's back and he brought a friend. He brought a friend with him to help out. And so now they are, over there still discussing what I already told them we ain't doing for some reason. But yeah, we are just trying to get an acre cleared off today. And so far, they're doing great. So far, they're doing a great job. And and we still have a little ways to go.
So what you think? That's
So far, yeah. What's up?
You still want to just go down that way? Cause
So okay, let me ask you this: is this as wide as we can go right here?
no. You this probably he gonna mark it. What he's saying is it's higher.
I get that. I understand that.
Pine back there, Donna?
Yeah.
That little pine way back there. That's your property line.
Okay.
Roughly. What I would do is go another 50 or so feet up the hill.
Good land.
And then go that way. You see what I'm saying? Make this wider. See, you're dipping down.
Yeah.
If you're going to build a house, this is up here is where you're going to want to build it. Right in here. So if that little pine way back there is your property line, that's still going to give you, even if we just went to...
We won't even make it that far.
Even if we went to right here, just into here, it's still gonna give you another. You see how much high? I'm probably 3 foot higher than you are right now.
Yeah.
So this is where you're gonna want to build. If you build down there, they're gonna make you bring that foundation up at least this high.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that. We'll worry about that later. Okay. But for now, I would really prefer to go a little deeper.
Oh yeah. Okay.
If you need to take out another row or two, that's fine. I don't know how much that would cut into the acre, but I did want to get back a little bit deeper than this. So it's okay are you okay with this cutting out a row or two over here?
Yeah, I'm for going further over that side. So
I'm gonna go get my tape and
if we can get two more rows over on this side and then just go back.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna get it.
Sounds like a plan.
Y'all want
So,
water or something?
we have some. Thank you, though. So we're kind of at a slope a little bit. So down here, at some point, we will have them come back and install a pond because that's where the slope is going down that way. But they want to, right behind me, take out at least a couple of more rows. The property line is over there, but I don't want to be that close to anybody, over there. We got 20 acres. There's no need for us to have to be close to anybody. And even though, we're surrounded by farmland, it's still I don't want their stuff blowing over on my garden, because if y'all been watching the big company, the big M, you have their stuff blowing over on your farm or on your homestead, then they start causing trouble from you. I don't want nothing that nobody else is using to blow over on our crops, what we have to put in. So that's why I'm kind of adamant about, we got a lot of space back there. Let's just go back instead of, trying to go closer to the property line that way. We have a lot more property on this side, but that's the area where we'll put in the pond because it's a lower lying area, if that makes sense. So, hey everybody. Wait a minute. I lost my glasses, y'all. So it's gonna be a struggle. Hey James, how you doing? Learning to grow my own. Hello, how are you doing? Going with Hudson. What's up, sis? How you doing? Let's see. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Hey guys. Okay, I said hey to Foster Family, Miss Shirley OG. Yeah, as you can see, Love Notes, we get lots of sun. We getting lots of it, and we have had solar panels set up over there, kind of in the front. So we already are getting plenty of sun just with what they've done so far. So yeah, it's you see how I'm glistening right about now. Yeah, it's in full force. Hello. Hi, Slow Living Jane. How are you doing, sis? Good to see you. Hey, Mrs. Queen. Hey, Revolutionary 2. How are you doing? Thank you, thank you. Thank you, learning to grow my own. So yeah, we're just out here. Dirty Dozen. Hello, how are you doing? Our Barnes. Hey sis, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, we're just trying to work with them on making sure that they do what we want, rather than, you know, yeah, I get it that he does this and all of that, but if we have to bring in a little dirt or whatever, we'll bring in some dirt. But at this point, we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. And woo, it's nice to have some open space right about now. I promise you. We got to keep uh, we got to keep a couple of trees that we like, but as you can see, there's still plenty more. And these guys, they getting it in. They know how to work. They know how to get stuff done. So I ain't trying to act like, I don't trust their judgment or whatever. Hey there. Hey GT Junior, how you doing, my friend? I just don't. We bought 20 acres, so we wouldn't have to be close to anybody. So I just want to make sure that we have our privacy and yeah, that part. Privacy, and more privacy. That's what this is all about. So here's our little road. Wait, let me flip and show you. Let me stand in the shade for a second, guys. Shoot. Let's see. All right. So there's another little roadway that we put in. Hi, Shakira. How you doing? We gotta work hard out here, growing with Hudson. Ain't no two ways about it. You can't come out here and then, you know, nah, you gotta work hard. There's Eco Neighbor over there. Hey, Dorsha. He's waving, hey guys. Let you borrow 2 acres real quick. So funny. Hey, Cassandra, how are you doing? So we're glad to be, you know, some out here to go ahead and like make this thing go on faster. We got some, this guy, he gives us reasonable pricing. We ain't asking nobody to do nothing for free, but the way that they're taking advantage of people out here on their pricing is just sad. It's really, really sad. So, if you're getting land, this is something that you definitely need to think about. You need to think about the fact that if you're going to be getting land that is raw land, um, it's going to have to be cleared. And if you don't have some family and friends that can come and help you out, like they taking advantage. They taking advantage right now just because they can. And so this guy is still, you know, very reasonable in his pricing, giving us very fair pricing. We're gonna do the burning ourselves. They're just gonna pile things up this time. That was our only other request, is that they pile things up so that when we get ready, when we come out here, we can go ahead and just like throw some gas on it and get some of this stuff burned up and out of our way. So um, that was literally our only other request, is that we have um, piles so that we can burn instead of just pushing stuff off to the side, and then we still have to touch it. We tired. We've been working for the last couple of months, you know, whew, and I don't mind hard work. Eco neighbor doesn't mind hard work. This is what we do. But we just need fair pricing. We need somebody to work with us. And the price is ridiculous to get land cleared. They charge an arm and a leg out here in our area. We're about to borrow our neighbor's tractor. Yeah, this fall to start back clearing ourselves again. Yeah. So yeah, what we do is we just stay hydrated. Yeah, it is, and it's very scary in this weather. So as you can see, I got my fan right now. I keep my fan on, and also I make it a point to just pour water over myself a couple of times a day. Well, more than a couple of times a day, just to make sure that we're not having any issues with. Hey there, how you doing? Good. Just to make sure we're not having any issues with like heat or anything like that. So we just keep a big cooler full of everything to drink.
I'm thinking,
And
probably go like 2 more rows over here, and then I still want more of a square.
Yeah, we're gonna square it off.
Okay, and like we said, we got 1,200 going that way, so we can make it deep. But I just want it nicely squared off.
Okay. You don't never know what you want until it starts happening.
Yeah.
Once it starts happening, then you can see it in your head.
That's what I told you yesterday.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. You want to see how many feet?
Yeah, we'll see where we at now.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna go find something else to do. I appreciate you, man. Y'all got too much work going on over here.
thank you, baby. Did you open it? Did you open it already?
No.
Okay. Thank you. So this is what we're doing. We staying hydrated as much as humanly possible. So we can be absolutely certain that nobody has any heat related illnesses, all kinds of stuff already going on, and some stuff that you can't avoid. But this, if you're out here, you gotta stay. We got like hand towels that we can put in the cooler, just get it wet and then wrap it around yourself or just drape it over your head. you know, like the construction workers, they always have a towel on their head. Yeah, that kind of way. Um, but yeah, you know, there's always one. There's always one. And he has an idea about what he wants to do on our land. And I'm just gonna keep telling him the same thing until he understands. See, as long as we just had the one that we were dealing with, we were fine. Then you introduce somebody else with their ideas, then things change. But yeah. How many feet was that?
80.
That was 80 feet that way? Okay.
So that kind of about 9. Yeah, on the outside. About 9 rows? Yeah. How far the road?
They're gonna get tired of me by the end of the day. This is another thing, people. Make sure that you stand your ground. Okay? Um, when you want something, if this is where you going, this is where you gotta live, you know, make sure that you stand your ground. Things are done the way that you want them to be done. Hey there, hey Rambo Green fans, how are you doing? Let's see. Um, Good, cause my hair is long and hanging hair feels like. Listen, I be beating the shit out. Sorry, I be beating myself up so bad, and mine is not even long. But once it starts to touch your neck, you start beating yourself up for real. Yeah.
There's 80 right here.
How many?
80 right here.
So we ain't nowhere close to where we need to be.
No, it's an acre is 210 by
210 by 210.
However you want to do it.
Yeah, that's the key. How far, how deep over? What, about 100? I mean, I could, it's probably 100 going deep. Looking at this. You want to make a run, a row?
I still think we need to go take some more trees out on this side.
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We're going to square
All
it
right.
up.
Okay. That's all I want to hear. Yes, ma'am. All right. Are y'all still there? Heated. That's how hot it is out here. So, I came back to sit in the truck. Excuse our junk. We got stuff everywhere. Yeah. So they are getting back started, but I gotta sit in here so that the phone can cool down. It just got overheated. So yeah, that was it. Some of y'all hung around. Look at y'all. Look at the soldiers in here. I meant to show it to y'all while I was standing up. That's the tallest shirt. It says, tall enough to do it myself, short enough to still need help. There it is. We finally did it. Now I need some tissue to dab myself. Thank you guys for hanging around. I appreciate you all. Hey, Best Yet Journey. Whew. Thank you. Hey, Veggie Farm. How you doing, sis? Good to see you. Yeah, sorry about that growing with Hudson. Yeah, it was too hot for the phone out there. So that's why I hadn't been doing a whole lot of videos and just decided to just do a live, and you know, I was hoping it was gonna hang on. I was hoping it was gonna hang in there, but we had to bring it out of the heat. But I'm really glad. I'm really glad that we are getting, like Love Note said, you know, thinking about the sun. I'm really glad that we're getting a lot of sun in the space. And you know, of course, we're gonna plant plenty of more trees in the area. But yeah, we're definitely getting some good sun. And when your land has been like up under all these trees for a long time, it's like you really need that. You really need to like open up, you know, have like some of that opened up so that the land can dry out a little bit. Like this is it's a little more sandy here than it was back in, well, we had red clay at the last home, but there's no red clay here. Not that I've seen so far. Not the little digging that I've done. There's not any red clay right here. Let me try to move a little bit. So we got the last set. As you can see, we got the solar power pack. We got solar panels down here. We've got some well equipment. We got, you know, a lot of stuff. So yeah, this is a good fertile place to grow. Like I said, all around us, like we're surrounded by farmland. So they growing all kinds of stuff out here. So it's a fertile area, and these trees have done really well growing out here. So I'm not really even concerned about having to overly amend it. And then we know some other people who live in this area, and their soil profile is pretty much the same as ours, and all they're doing is basically taking animal manure. Excuse me, sorry. All they're doing is basically taking manure from their animals and planting with it. That's pretty much all they're doing. Not having to do anything special. And so that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to more of a permaculture style of growing. Like, I love me some damn permaculture food forage. Y'all know that. And the way that he grows, I love it. Just taking the garden, the scraps from the garden, feed it back to itself. That's kind of what I want to do in this phase, is just go ahead and make sure that we're growing as much as possible in that type of way. So I wonder if this truck is in the way, because we cover. Let me show y'all what I'm doing. So he's working with the skid steer, and taking some things. Oh, you know what? We're gonna have to, I'm thinking we may have to take that tent down just to be safe, since they're gonna be pushing trees down in that direction. So yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys just a quick view of what's happened so far. And you know, we moving. Me and Eco Neighbors still have to do some work today, and so I'm gonna sit in the air as long as I can. And then when we start to, once they kind of go ahead and get out of our way, you know, to make sure that, you know, we don't get hit by fallen trees or anything, we're going to go ahead and start doing our part. We have to cut up some more stuff in this little area right behind me. We have to cut up some stuff right here, and then just burn it. Once we get that burned, then this area is pretty much clean. This is what we've been working on for the last month, maybe. It is just getting all this done, and you know, we've gotten one huge pile done. Like, we get out here and we work. So if one person said to me that You know, you have to be tough as nails if you're going to be a homesteader. Well, hell, if clearing land using a saw and your hands ain't tough as nails, then ain't no such thing as tough as nails. So, um, we getting it done. I'm getting into growing more food. I don't have to plant each year. Yes, yes, love notes. I love that. I love that. Um, let's see. Thank you, R. Barnes. Yeah, that solar panel company that the guy was telling us about on Foster Family Funds live stream that day. We looked at them and we're going to be ordering some things from them as well. But like I said, I had literally just bought another set of 4 solar panels. So, you know, now we wanted to make sure that we open up some space so that we could see what we're going to be working with. I'm going to put some of on where it starts to slope a little bit on that end. I think I said it before. Hey, hello, family homestead. I think I said it. We're gonna put a pond down that way, and I'm gonna also have some of my trees down that way as well. So some of the trees, you know, we got plenty of trees. So some of that will also be on that sloping side, and then, you know, we'll have our home on the higher side. But you know, I love the fact that it does have, you know, that little bit of slope to it, because it's gonna help, like when the water starts to move in, like Florida, we get some heavy rains and all of this stuff. When the water starts to move in, we don't just want it sitting puddling and pooling. We don't want it just sitting there. We want the water to be able to freely move. So I'm thinking that it's a stream down there, and it's so thick up in there, and like there are rattlesnakes out here. So there are certain spots that we just won't push it to go up in there. We just, you know, we don't do that, because we want to remain safe. We want to be able to stay healthy and be able to enjoy our land. So let's see. Makeup, fingernail polish, jewelry went by the wayside. Too hot for all of that in the woods. Who's looking at you? I gotta look at myself. So nah, it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere, love. I might take my earrings off, you know, and at some point the makeup will sweat off or whatever. But yeah, when I leave up out of here. And look, we just had company. We had company too. I mean, nobody want to walk up looking at it. Hello, Gigi. How are you guys? Selling the cut timber. Not at this point. We still got a whole heck of a lot of land back there that we could sell some stuff. But at this point, we just want it out of the way. We don't want to get on anybody else's schedule. We don't want to do any of that right now. We need stuff clear so that we can get out here. Because there is so much. Listen, honey, the RV parks are making people pay house payments right there. So right now, at this point, just look anywhere. They're making people pay house payments for a lot rent. Okay, so we're trying to get everything out of our way so that we can get our RV out here. And I don't know, we might be out here next week, because they literally getting insane. They're getting insane with the prices that they are charging for lot rent. It has literally tripled since we bought our RV. No joke. We don't have time for it. We're not fixing to play those games. And, you know, and I get it. It's like, if you're going to go into an apartment you're going to pay the same thing. And 1-bedroom apartments around here, they're going to be 12, between 1,000 and 1,200 a month in these areas. So yeah, they charging a mortgage. They charging a mortgage. Have y'all been able to see the direction of the water flow since you have been out there? Because this sand is like, it soaks up water really good, but we haven't been out here when it was pouring rain. Like the last property that fell through, I don't even know if I told y'all that, but the last property that fell through, I was kind of so glad that it did, because we had to drive through a small lake, because my sister wanted to see the property. We just happened to go out there on a day that it was raining. Like, we had no business even out, because it was, when I say it was like for days, it was almost like a tropical storm was coming through. And so we went to, meet them at the property. And when we got down the driveway, I was like, where did all this water come from? And so when it rains hard, that's where the water sat on that property. And then we got to see, that's why I was telling somebody on one of the platforms that you have to try your best to go in every type of weather condition. If you can wait, go in every type of weather condition, because especially when it rains hard, it's gonna tell you the truth. That property wasn't even in a flood zone, y'all. It wasn't even in a flood zone, but there was a low spot on the property that was not visible to the eye. And that whole thing, literally the top of my truck, I was afraid that I was gonna flood my truck out, my SUV out. The water was almost to the top of my dang SUV. So I was like, I'm so glad. We had worked out a plan, because we were talking about it. My brother-in-law works in construction, and so we talked about it with him, like, okay, what are we gonna do? Because he was out there with us. What the heck are we gonna do with this water? And so him and Eco Neighbor came up with a way that they could channel that water away, and it would have worked. But you just gotta know that you gotta know how that was a great question. You gotta know how the water runs on there. But from what we could see, with as far as we could walk on the lower side of the property, it looks like there may be a stream that's down there. And if it is, that's fantastic. That's kind of what we wanted anyway. We wanted to have some sort of water on there. But yeah, we haven't, like, the water just, it doesn't just stay in this type of soil profile. It doesn't just flood like that. So hey, Urban Gardening Chronicles, how are you doing? Good to see you. Who else came in? Hey Nikki Pooh, how you doing? Everyday life of an OCD chick. Hey, Beauty in the Garden, how you doing, sis? Good to see you. So yeah, so that's kind of where we are at this point. It's a learning process as you learn the lay of the land. Yeah, and that's why I don't want them trying to avoid the fact that the property slopes, I don't want them trying to avoid that, because like you said, that's how you learn. That's how you learn what you got. And we've worked with properties that had a slope before, and you can do some beautiful things on sloping properties. And so, I don't want them just trying to avoid it. That's why I was, adamant about making sure that on this lower side that we clear out some land over there as well. Hey Tammy, how you doing? Um, hey Sylvia, how you doing? Working but be listening. All right, all right. Thank you, thank you. But that's kind of where we are at this point, and we're going to just get some work in today and tomorrow. Um, I don't know if we're going to drive back Monday because gas is high. Okay, gas is high. So I don't know if we'll come back 3 days in a row, but we're gonna just try to get as much as we can done right now while we're here today. And it's looking up. Things are looking up, and so I'm happy that we're making some progress, and we'll definitely be able to get out here sooner rather than later. Paying these crazy prices at the beginning, it was fine, but I'm like, just don't see the point. So I'm gonna get out here and that's what the neighbor had to shoot at a rattlesnake the other day. It kind of disappeared into the, we never intended on that to happen anyway, but we were doing kind of a rush job, just trying to open up some space at first. And so, hey Kelly, homesteading with Pooh Bear, how you doing? So we were just trying to open up some space initially, just enough space to be able to get the truck back here, get the RV back here. And now, we're gonna have a full acre opened up, and we're gonna be good to do whatever. So hopefully once they go ahead and get finished, hopefully we'll get a nice hard rain today so that it'll level out some of this sandy soil and firm up a little bit for us. So that's what I'm hoping for today. It's been raining hard here just about every day for probably the last 2 weeks. We've been getting plenty of rain. So we're just grateful. We're grateful for it. And I haven't been having to water my garden at all. And we brought a few plants out here. We brought some trees, and we'll probably tomorrow hook up the trailer and bring some more out here. Yeah, gas prices are coming. They have come down in this area a little bit. Our regular is still at $4.40 something, and then my SUV, I have to use it. It asks for premium. It's not gonna happen. So I put mid-grade in her and tell her I don't want to hear it. Be happy, do what you're supposed to do, and then just put some gas treatment in along with it, and it's fine that way. A full acre open up will help to get you living on the land and get away from those cars, right? And that's why I was saying we may be out here next week. We're gonna have to off grid it a little bit, but that's what we did in the beginning. We were just living off grid. If we have to do it, we have to do it. We just gonna do what we have to do. I know Eco gonna have it looking like a rainforest. You already know, don't you? Hello, family. You've been watching a lot, haven't you? Yeah, you already know. You already know. I've already put in some shampoo ginger lily, some little pieces in the ground. I thought I had lost all my shampoo ginger lily, but I didn't. Some of it was out at our friend's property, so I put a little bit in the ground up towards the front of the property, and I'm gonna bring some more back here. Once we kind of lay everything out, how we're gonna have things, where we're gonna put where we're gonna put a lot of the trees, we'll kind of like have to literally just draw things out and lay things out so that we can really see um, how we want to have it structured. But yeah, tropical paradise in the middle of the country is coming. It's coming. We got to do it. Hello, who's that? Redeeming Lives. I don't see you, but I see people saying hello to you. Yeah. It will also cut the risk for people around your stuff when you're away from the RV park. Yeah, you know what? And you're right. And that RV park is so nice, and it is very peaceful. And you know, we haven't had people really in our stuff, but as soon as you let your guard down, that's when it happens. As soon as you let your guard down. So we've been bringing some of our plants out here, and you know, we've got the solar panels out here, and some of our chairs. And let me show y'all my little spot where I sit. You see my umbrella? That's where I sit. I sit right there, and my umbrella when I'm trying to cool down, and got my little chair up under there. I love the directors type chairs to sit in, so that's what I brought out here, and just leave it sitting up under my umbrella. So, you know, we do things. Hey there, Sapphire Diamonds and Pearls. How you doing? Hello, Susie. How you doing, Susie Polidor? Good to see you. So that's what we do is we just, you know, have spots. We got a couple of stations, we call them, so that we can stay out of the heat so much. So, but anyway, guys, they coming, love notes. They coming. They're coming. They're coming. We're gonna grab some of those. We're gonna also, yeah, Nikki, the director. I didn't even think about that till you said it, but you're right. You're absolutely right. Hey, Lisa Williams, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? Good to see you in the chat today. So we're just out here. They're out here clearing some land, and Miss Linda, they're just clearing some land for us, and we just out here supervising. You have to be supervising. We learned that with our first house. We had to do the same thing. You know, we had to have our land cleared off, and we learned then that we had to be on site for everything. We had to make sure we were on site from everything. My husband worked about an hour away from our house at the time, and he was like, and I think I was working, my job was probably about 30 minutes away. And so when they were clearing the land every day, when we got off, we would zoom out there to the land and make sure that they were doing what they were supposed to be doing, and make sure they were doing what we asked them to do. So they just, you know, if you're not there, they will do what they want to do. And you heard how many times I was having to say, look, we ain't doing that. We're not gonna do that. We're going this way, and we're going back. So yes, you gotta be on site to make sure that things are going the way that you want them to go, and not the way that somebody else, you know, has their vision of how things should go for you. So yeah, it would be like I could hire a project manager, but I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like a lot of people will let somebody talk them into something that I didn't ask for. And I can't blame anybody except for me if I wasn't there to make sure that things got done the way that I wanted them to. So I just believe strongly in, you know, if you don't have somebody that can be an advocate for you, you got to be a strong one for yourself. So this ain't our first rodeo. You know, this is the biggest property that we've ever owned, but this is not our first rodeo. You know, we've had to clear 3. We've had 3 properties that we had to clear. So I like to be in there. I like to know what's going on. Let me talk to somebody. Let me make sure that somebody understands exactly what, you know, we want to happen, and not we handing over money and then still like, man, that is not what I wanted. I'm just not about that life. I never have been. And my husband used to aggravate them people so bad when we got our first property. And I think they used to, because a lot of times they like wouldn't show up. And he was like, look, you all said that you were going to be here such and such date at such and such time. I need you here. And I think because we were so young, they thought that they were just going to be able to take advantage of us. And they tried at every turn. But, you know, luckily we were raised by strong mothers and fathers. And they just, you know, they told us, you know, speak up for what you want. Nobody can give you what you don't ask for. So you make sure that you open your mouth and you tell people, you communicate with people and tell people what you want. So that's what we've always done. Hi, Lorraine T. How are you doing? They think they know what's best for you when you know what you want. Exactly. Yeah, I know that. I know where we can build a house. Yes, we can build a house on the sloping part if we want to. Yes, I understand that, you know, they would make us do an extra foundation, but I also understand that, listen, we've been living in Tallahassee for a long time, and they will put a house on a slit of dirt that was once a freaking swamp, and that house will sit there. You know, they drained out a swamp that one of our mentors was trying to tell us back in the day, buy a house here, buy a house right here. They just put these houses in, buy a house here. And we were like, no, we don't want to be that close to anybody. It would have been a great investment for us, but, you know, we just didn't want to be all up on nobody like that. And it feels like you can reach out your bathroom window and hand somebody else some tissue. Like, we just have never liked that. We just always wanted to make sure that we have some space. So this RV park, like, it was a challenge. It was a challenge. And excuse me, when the people left next to us, we were like having a party, because we were like, woo, they gone. We got a little extra space, at least on one side. But they're back. I lost some workers because I wouldn't stand down. But the timetable, I let that go by the wayside and just paid them by the job, not the day. I brought the supplies, came out so much cheaper. Yeah, a closed mouth don't get fed. That's my motto. You have to speak up and say what you want. If you didn't remember, please hit that thumbs up. Please. Thank you. Thank you, Growing with Hudson. So, yeah, we just make sure that, you know, all the time, we just make sure that we're hands-on so that we can get what we want and not have buyer's remorse, you know, at the end of it. So, yeah, that's just us, you know. That's the way we work. And we're gonna pay you to do a job, but just do it how we ask for it to be done. That's it. I don't like handouts or any of that stuff. I'm gonna pay you to do a job, so just do it like we ask you to do it. All right, family, so I'm gonna go ahead. Oh gosh, I didn't realize we had been on here that long. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off. Thank you guys for popping in with me today. Have a beautiful Saturday. I'm gonna jump back out so we can, I don't know, at least get a pile set up ready to burn for when they move off of the land today. So thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will chat with you guys on the next video. All right. It's charged. It was the heat. It was the heat. Yeah, the phone is fully charged. It was just the heat that was the problem. So, all right. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Have a great day, guys.